SpaceX is skyrocketing after market hours, pun intended. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechWit Solutions. Wanted to quickly show you what's going on during the overnight hours. I'm sure a lot of you guys know, especially if you're invested in SpaceX right now. One of the things that you guys can see is that SpaceX has gone from, I don't even want to call it lows, but from its close price of 191, which was a 19% move. Honestly, very impressive. I found today's 19% move more impressive than its IPO move. That's just me. With that being said, during extended hours, at one point, after it broke above $200, it hit highs of 230. Insane move, right? So if we take that into consideration, I want to make sure I get the right percentage for you. It's up 10% right now, right? So 10.2%, yeah, 10.7, whatever. Yeah, it hit another nearly 20% gain during extended hours, right? Overnight hours included. This was the big thing that a lot of people need to understand is that, remember, I made it very clear when it IPO'd, I have no intention of shorting this stock. Not only because, first off, I wasn't even impressed with its IPO day, but knowing in the days that follow that normally ETF inflows, right? All the companies that are creating versions of their own of like SP or SpaceX ETF or inverse ETF, they have to buy the shares first and then offer it as an ETF, right? So there's a huge inflow of ETFs that are going to be needing to buy at whatever market value it is at once they create those ETFs. With how much hype this stock has, I think it's really important to just respect the risk. When you go into an inverse ETF, imagine that. You go in because you thought it was overbought, right? Okay, it had a 20% day, 2 days in a row, Friday, Monday. What's the worst that can happen? You open up a short. The unfortunate part is a lot of these shorts can have, a lot of these ETFs can have double leverage ETFs, meaning that now when this thing rallies 20%, you're down 40%. And if you're using leverage, which I hope that you're not, again, because it's super risky and super speculative, you can wipe your entire account. Again, I'm not here to say that it's a good buy. All we're here to acknowledge is that it has momentum, it has hype, and buying pressure is kicking in. The risk is there on both sides. And I think it's great. It's useful to acknowledge that for anyone, right? Just as bullish as it shows to be, who knows? Maybe something gets announced tomorrow and there's a huge retracement. But there's also, and again, I talked about it on Instagram. I think it's really useful for people to understand. Now, will I ever support irrational valuations? Of course not, right? I think Tesla is overvalued. And yeah, in the short term, I do believe SpaceX is overvalued. I hope that it grows into its market cap and valuation, but I do agree that it's overvalued. With that being said, there's so much scrutiny that Elon Musk gets from creating successful companies. Like, if you can hate on anyone, like hate on losers, right? In late 2008, Elon Musk was on the verge of total bankruptcy in 2008, right? SpaceX had 3 failed launches. They had 1 rocket left. Tesla was days from shutting down. He was using all the money that he earned, not was given, earned from the companies that he sold, and he was using all of his money, and he was left to days worth of, this is our last try and test to launch this 4th Falcon 1. And guess what? It was successful, but he risked it all in a moment where it really didn't make sense. And even now, a lot of people are still asking the question, but guess what? Again, now that established the foundation to his what now is a $4 trillion empire with Tesla and SpaceX. Crazy, right? Like, SpaceX as a publicly traded company is actually worth more, nearly twice as much more as Tesla. Wild, right? I'm not even here to talk about the overvaluation because that's all speculative. It's what the market is willing to pay. Is it paying a premium? Probably. But people are talking about, oh, SpaceX is about to take Amazon's spot at 2.5 trillion. We closed today at a market cap of 2.5. SpaceX might be taking Microsoft's spot at 2.8 tomorrow, depending on how it trades. It might be the top 4 most valuable company that's publicly traded. The part that I don't like is when you have people like Elizabeth Warren mock or point the finger at Elon Musk and try to use him as an example of why we need to tax the rich even more. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone paying their fair share makes sense. Again, if you guys haven't seen, out of everyone, out of all the billionaires, Elon Musk has made and paid the most than any human in history. With that being said, would Elon paying more in taxes actually change our problem? No, because why? It's people like her, what they call the swamp, our politicians, that mismanage our funds. I'm sure a lot of us can agree that it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. We can all agree that it's always them that make excuses, that point the finger at everyone else but themselves. But guess what? Our funds continue to get mismanaged. So just like Elon Musk doesn't want to sell any of his shares, because if he were to start selling, he doesn't have $1.3 trillion, which everyone, oh man, he can solve world hunger. He can, pay everyone's loan off for student loans. First off, that was your decision to take out a loan. Why would he take away the burden that you put yourself through? It's like, you're an adult. You figure it out, right? He owes you nothing. He risked it all. He earned it all. And in return, he's also made money for his investors. That's the best way to put it. If you own a home, and when your home appreciates, as that is the goal for many of us, do you get taxed on the appreciation? You do if you go to sell it and you realize it. You don't if you borrow against it. And that's the same thing that they're doing. Their assets, right? Their businesses, as they increase in value, they could borrow against it, but debt is not taxable. It's not a taxable event. Just like if you were to do a cash out refi take out a HELOC on your property because you have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 worth of equity, you're not going to get taxed on that, right? It's debt. Or even if you do have it and you don't take out a loan out on it, imagine your neighbor saying, hey, you better pay the $100,000 you earned and that you're worth more now in appreciation, but you don't have the $100,000. But your house is worth $100,000 more, so you should pay it. But I don't have it. It's not in my bank account. I don't have access to it. But you should pay it. That's how it sounds when you try to point the finger at these people that, they've built very successful and valuable businesses themselves, but they don't have the money. It's the value. And if they were to start selling, as we've seen in the past before, they nosedive. It wouldn't be 1.3 trillion at that point if he began selling aggressively to the point where it came down to him needing to liquidate. With that being said, I wish they used him more as, again, I'm not saying Elon Musk is a great example of a human being. He's not a perfect example. He makes a lot of mistakes, and there's a lot of things that he does personally that I'm not the biggest fan of. But it is so naive to not acknowledge what he has done for so many others. A man working as a welder at SpaceX for $28 an hour has become a millionaire. Think about that. Elon Musk just created 4,400 millionaires in a single day. 400 of them are now worth over $100 million. This is the SpaceX and their employees. I think it's important to criticize people to a degree where it also acknowledges what they've done. Elon Musk might not be a perfect human, but I think that he is a great example of what the American dream is all about. Do I agree with all the insane valuations of his businesses? Of course not, right? That would be so silly. I don't agree with the SpaceX valuation, and I definitely don't agree with the Tesla valuation. But again, guess what? Wall Street does. It's their money, not yours. And it's the risk they're willing to take, not you. If you don't believe in Elon, here's a crazy thing. Don't buy his product and don't buy his companies. He'll be fine without you. He'll be fine without me, right? But he has created enough value and there's enough optimism to think about this. What he is a part of is so valuable that he's created the most successful IPO in history. In just 2 trading days, he has now created possibly the 4th most valuable company that's publicly traded. Now, is it going to be short-lived? Maybe. But nonetheless, if anyone can do it, it's normally Elon. And again, you don't have to like the guy personally and what he does in his personal life and his political preference or opinion. but it is so naive to like not acknowledge what he has done for many people all around the world. I really thought originally, like, it never made sense to me why people criticized Elon and his political views to a certain degree. When he created EV vehicles, I thought that was very liberating, right? He created internet that was accessible, especially to many countries that didn't have access to it. He created reusable rockets. Again, it's just like he is doing things so many others aren't. It's like the Tony Stark of our life. Maybe it's just me. And again, I'm not invested in SpaceX. I would never care to own it at this valuation, at least not now. Same thing with Tesla. I would not care to. But I don't have to blindly support him like that. But I can acknowledge that a lot of this like judgment that is made of him, I think it's just jealousy. It's a bunch of people that have never created anything for themselves that want to be what? Saved? Because you took out student loans, you want someone to save you based off of your choice as an adult? He owes you nothing. It's just like if you create a super successful company, you worked hard, even to make a company that turns $1,000 profit a month. That takes a lot of work. And if you've ever built that, you know how hard it can be, especially in the current market that we're in right now. Imagine after you do all of that, that someone tells you, hey, and now give it all away because you don't deserve it. Everyone else does. It's just insane to me how they're so quick to judge, yet they've done nothing themselves. Again, very excited to see how Tesla trades tomorrow. We'll definitely be talking about it and maybe even trading it in our live trading session tomorrow. I feel like I often shed a lot of negative light on his companies that I don't agree with their valuations because I don't believe Tesla has grown fundamentally lately. But that doesn't mean that I have to kick them down or kick them while they're down. It just doesn't make sense. It's like he is such a successful person for a reason. And it's really cool to just be alive during that time, right? His success doesn't take away from yours. Don't worry, it doesn't take away from mine. I would never be building reusable rockets. I would assume that you wouldn't either, right? So again, you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Very excited to see how SpaceX trades tomorrow. I hope to see you there for our live session. And if you want to tune on in, second link down below. Congratulations to all those that invested. And we'll see. It's up 10%, almost 11%. We'll see if it trades up 10 to 11% if the rally continues. A lot of excitement being injected into this company. We'll see how long it lasts. Just my friendly reminder, anytime something is speculative, don't use leverage. And when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out, right? Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.